Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please take a second to click the like button if you like this video or hit the thumbs down if you don't. Also, if you enjoy the contents of this channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get PTCGO code cards. Are you looking to complete your Pokemon card collection online for the latest set or get booster packs to use for trading online? PTCGO has everything you need. Please use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so you can get a 5% discount. Help yourself out with the discount, and thank you for helping support the content I create in this channel and for helping out PTCGO. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Leafeon VMAX from Evolving Skies. Leafeon VMAX has 310 HP, it has 2 retreat costs, no resistance, and it is weak to fire. It has 2 attacks. The first one is its strongest attack, Grass Knot for 1 grass and 1 colorless energy. This attack does 60 damage for each cost in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. So naturally, if we can increase our opponent's retreat cost, this attack can deal so much damage. Thankfully, we have the Galar Mine Stadium, which will increase both active Pokemon's retreat cost by 2. This attack can deal anywhere from 120 up to 300 plus damage, which is really strong. And while Galar Mine affects both players' Pokemon's retreat cost, I will be utilizing the Snow Leaf Badge tool card. If the Pokemon V this card is attached to has Leafeon or Glaceon in its name, it has no retreat cost and no weakness. So really, Galar Mine will not affect our Leafeon VMAX when we have this tool card equipped, because it will put the retreat cost to 0. And in case we encounter any fire type matchups, this tool card will actually help us remove our weakness. Leafeon VMAX second attack is Max Leaf. For 2 grass and 1 colorless, it will deal 170 damage, and then you heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. That 30 damage heal can be significant because it might potentially help us survive an attack or 2. But what makes Leafeon VMAX actually really great is its pre-evolution. Leafeon V. It has the ability Greening Cells. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Grass Energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck, and if you use this ability, your turn ends. That extra energy acceleration can actually help you set up even faster, especially if you go first. Leafeon V also has the Leaf Blade attack for 1 grass and 2 colorless energy. It will deal 90 plus damage. You flip a coin, and if it's heads, this attack does 150 damage instead. I've seen many players use Tool Jammer in their Leafeon VMAX build, but I found that Tool Scrapper is actually good for this build because there is that permanence of discarding your opponent's tool card, and it will be hard for them to recover it, especially when your opponent uses Air Balloon, which will reduce the retreat cost of your opponent's Pokemon. For consistency, I'm mainly using the Shady Dealings Inteleon line with Drizzile. When you play these Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, depending on which one you evolve, you can get 1 or 2 trainer cards from your deck. And I'm also using this Inteleon with the quick shooting ability. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. I will be using 1 copy of Crobat V with the Dark Acid ability. When you play this from your hand to your bench during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. Leafeon VMAX is actually really easy to use. You can actually attack for so much damage as early as turn 2, being able to knock out Pokemon Vs early on in the game, which is why having plenty of Boss's Orders in this deck is essential so that you can target your opponent's Pokemon Vs even before they can set it up. And I'll also be using 1 copy of Aldegos B with the Happy Match ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, during your turn, you may put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. This way we can reuse our Boss's Orders or our other supporter cards when we need to. As for the other cards worth noting, I also have 1 copy of Phoebe. During this turn, damage from your Pokemon VMAX attack isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. This is great for when we encounter against those Pokemon that are immune to VMAX attacks. And I also have 1 copy of Pokemon Center Lady, which will help our Leafeon VMAX heal 60 damage and also recover from all its special conditions. And finally, I also have 4 copies of Capture Energy, which is really great for this build. When you attach this card from your hand to a Pokemon, search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it straight to your bench. This is great for setting up our Sobbles or even our Leafeon Vs. And that's pretty much it. The deck list will be in the description below, but enough talk, let's try out this Leafeon VMAX build. Alright, nice. We get to start off with the Leafeon V, which is great. You know what makes this Leafeon V really good is that even if you don't start off with the energy like this, you can just use this ability so that you can accelerate energy onto Leafeon V. But we get another energy from the top deck, which is great. I'll just attach this Snow Leaf badge, and then let's just use its ability. We have 4 energies left in the deck. We're just gonna accelerate 1 more energy, and we should be good to go. We also have Leafeon VMAX to evolve into our next turn, and all we need to do is find that Galar Mine Stadium to increase our attack, and having 4 in the deck is actually really great because we have that increased probability of getting it. Maybe if we use our Professor's Research in the next turn. And we are up against a single strike Urshifu VMAX build. So they have the potential to knock our Leafeon VMAX with 1 hit. So we just have to watch out for that. But they're going to use Professor's Research as well. And they're also taking advantage of Abomasnow, increasing single strike Urshifu VMAX's HP. What they're going to do here, probably attack to get more energies from their deck onto their Urshifu VMAX, or their Urshifu V. But we have the potential to knock it out in our next turn, but we need to increase their retreat cost. Because right now, with the 2 retreat costs, we're only dealing 120 damage. So I'm going to use Professor's Research here. Hopefully we get into... There's the Galar Mine. 2 of them! Which is great. We get another Leafeon V. And I'll just attach another energy here, setting up for the next turn in case our Leafeon VMAX gets knocked out. Let's play Galar Mine, and we're just going to Grass Knot to knock out this single strike Urshifu V. And that's what I mean with this Leafeon VMAX build. It's insane. It's so consistent. You can just get all the cards you need really quickly. And we didn't even use the Shady Dealings. We just used Professor's Research, and we just got the cards that we needed. And for just 2 energy on your second turn, you can deal as much as 240 damage, which pretty much knocks out any Pokemon V in the game. So, I mean, you know, those with the 220, 230 HP range Pokemon Vs. So our opponent is going to be able to evolve into their single strike Urshifu VMAX. But we just won energy because we just took care of the one in the active with all the energies. So the best they could do here is to set up their Houndoom so that they can accelerate a single strike energy on their Urshifu. And if they attach another energy onto it, so they'll be dealing anywhere from 140 to 160 damage to our Leafeon VMAX. There's the Evolution Incense. It's going to get them 1 Houndoom set up. But do they have the energy to attach onto their single strike Urshifu so that it can start attacking? Alright, so there's the first Houndoom. They won't be able to evolve the other Houndour because they just put it in the bench. So our Leafeon VMAX should be able to survive an attack here. They won't quite energize their Urshifu to deal 270 plus damage here. But for the meantime, they're going to use Ordinary Rod to recover an Urshifu V, and also 2 basic fighting energies from the discard pile to the deck. And they won't even energize their Urshifu with their Houndoom. Okay, well, I don't know if that was a misplay from our opponent, but I'm just going to evolve into a Leafeon VMAX. Get my Drizzile so we can use Shady Dealings. And then, what can we use here? We are pretty much all set. I'm just going to get Boss's Order. I'm actually going to boss this Houndoom because they didn't use it. I might as well disrupt their Energizer here. Knock it out for 480 damage for weakness, and they'll get us 1 prize. So I'm not quite sure why they didn't use the single strike Roar from their Houndoom. Now they're gonna have a hard time energizing this single strike Urshifu VMAX. But you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do to win to win against this matchup. That will keep our Leafeon VMAX alive. They won't be able to accelerate 3 energies, and they're gonna pass again. So what I'm gonna do here is get another Drizzile. Then with the Shady Dealings, let's see, we have another boss. I'll get one more boss, and then I'll target another Houndour here for another prize. And then I'll get an Inteleon. Should I get an Inteleon? What do I need? Let me just get a Drizzile, I guess. And then what we could do is get ourselves a Galar Mine just in case they bump out the one that we have. Grass Knot for 360 damage, getting us one more prize. So what I could do in the next turn, either we can target Eldegoss V to get our last 2 prizes, or actually we could possibly knock out this. Can we knock out this single strike? I think we can. The best they can do is beat down for 140 damage. I think we can knock out this guy for 1 hit. So we'll be dealing 300 damage against this single strike Urshifu VMAX. So what I'm gonna do here is just reuse Inteleon's quick shooting, deal 2 quick shootings, and then that will put it into range of 300 damage, knocking it out with 1 hit. But not, but not really. I forgot they have Abomasnow in the bench. Oh, nuts. Okay. I lost sight of the Abomasnow. Okay, I gotta admit, I got too excited there. But that's okay. If they don't heal, we will be able to knock it out in the next turn. So even if they knock out our Leafeon VMAX in the active, we have a reserve. All we have to do is find a Leaf Energy, and we should be able to knock out this single strike Urshifu VMAX. And they don't knock out our Leafeon in the active. So I'll just finish it off with the Grass Knot. 300 damage for the win. That was a weird match. Alright, good game. Alright, nice. So if you have a choice, do go first with this build because you can use Leafeon V's ability to accelerate energy even in your very first turn. It's very unfortunate though that we get to start with an Eldegoss V and this is the least ideal start, and we are going up against a mirror match here, Leafeon VMAX build as well. I'll just use Capture Energy and I'll use Sobble here to start. We have Quick Ball and Level Ball that we can also set up our Leafeon V and also another Sobble if we need to. Let me sacrifice one of those so that I can get a Leafeon V set up on my bench. And what I could do here is just use the Greening Cells ability so that I can accelerate Grass Energy on my Leafeon V. What I'm going to try and do here is probably attack with Eldegoss V at some point so that we can put it back to the deck. And we have Level Ball, so we can probably get... Let's see, I can get a Professor's Research maybe, so we can get more cards. And we can attack as early as our next turn with the Leafeon VMAX. We just gotta switch out this Eldegoss V. I'm not sure if I should attack with it so that we can send it back to the deck, but I mean, if we can attack this Leafeon V in the active, then we can just knock it out, right? So let me evolve into Leafeon VMAX. Let me get a Drizzile here. And let's go ahead and use Shady Dealings. And what I'm thinking, they've already got the Galar Mine Stadium set up, so I'll just use Professor's Research. Ooh, we got a lot more. Can use Level Ball to get more Sobbles. We have a lot of Quick Ball, so I could probably sacrifice one other so that I can get another Sobble here. And then Level Ball, I can save that for a Drizzile. And most likely my opponent's going to be able to evolve into a Leafeon VMAX, and they can just knock out our Eldegoss V. So I think the best option here is to just attach this energy. We can attack, and then we can float up back into the deck, keeping it safe from knockout from our opponent. So what I could do is just pivot into Leafeon VMAX, and I don't think our opponent will be able to knock it out. But we will need an energy at some point, because we won't be able to attack with Leafeon VMAX right now. And I don't want to use Leafeon V's ability, because that basically uses up your turn, and then it will leave my Leafeon VMAX open in the active for our opponent to get a knockout. So I'm hoping that when we use Professor's Research, we'll be able to get an energy, and so that we can start attacking with our Leafeon VMAX. But yeah, this build is pretty straightforward, and I guess that's one of the downside too, because it's very predictable for our opponent to kind of read. It's just a matter of whether or not you get the cards that you need when you need it. And with the Shady Dealings Inteleon line and the Drizzile, you have so much access to a lot of support cards when you need it. Yeah, it's really consistent. So they're just gonna attack with Max Leaf. They're gonna focus on healing and dealing 170 damage on our Leafeon VMAX. Let me evolve into Quick Shooting Inteleon here, and then I'll evolve into Leafeon VMAX, because that will put our Leafeon V out of range from one-hit KO. And let me use another Shady Dealings here. And let's see. Okay, we still have a bunch of Pokemon available. Snowleaf Badge, I don't think it's gonna make any difference, because our opponent can just use Max Leaf and just knock us out. So Pokemon Center Lady might get us out of range, but with the increased retreat cost, they will be able to knock out our Leafeon VMAX anyways. But we also need energy to attack, and that's what we don't have. So we are not in a good position here, because our opponent's definitely gonna get a knockout here. I don't know if healing is... No, I don't think healing is a good idea here. So I think the only option I have really is to hopefully be able to trap my opponent's Leafeon V in the active, because Galar Mine Stadium is active, and if we gust their Leafeon V in the active, they can't attack. We should be safe for another turn, and that's all we can do right now. I don't have any other energy to attack with Leafeon VMAX. And the thing is, even if we use Professor's Research to get an energy, we'll do a decent amount of damage against their Leafeon VMAX, but not enough to knock it out. And then on their turn, they'll knock out our Leafeon VMAX, and we have a Leafeon VMAX in the bench that doesn't have any energy. So really, they're gonna get ahead in terms of damage exchange, and they're gonna win out because they're gonna be ahead. And that's the only problem I have right now. So my only option really is to stall. Hopefully they don't have a switch. I have not seen any Leafeon VMAX build that has a switch, and I think that's the beauty of the build that I have with the Leaf Badge, because that will allow our Leafeon VMAX to have 0 retreat cost, and we can just move it from the active to the bench easily. But let's wait what our opponent does here. I'm hoping that they don't use any switch cards, and I'm hoping that we will be able to stall out here so that we can energize our Leafeon VMAX, start attacking, and hopefully even out the damage exchange. And in this way, you know, we have a fighting chance. But right now, it's not looking good. They have more access to Shady Dealings, so they're going to be able to attach a Capture Energy on this Leafeon VMAX, but no basic Pokemon to put on the bench, and they're just going to pass. So that's good. And I'm just going to use this quick ball to probably get another Sobble. It's going to help us get more trainer cards later on. And then I'll use Professor's Research here so that we can draw into 7 cards. And we have Evolution Incense. We could probably get another Inteleon. The Shady Dealings or... Oh wait, why did I pick that? Anyways, I meant to get the Shady Dealings one. But that's okay. I'll just evolve. I guess I can use it. We have Scoop Up Net. Can just scoop it up and then we can use Shady Dealings. So let me use this to do damage counter on their Leafeon VMAX. And then another one. Then I could probably just scoop it up and then be able to use the Shady Dealings my next turn. Meantime, I'll use this Capture Energy so we can attack with Leafeon VMAX. I might as well just set up another Leafeon V on the bench. And then let me scoop this one up. Put Sobble back into the bench and then I'm just going to attack with Leafeon VMAX. And we should be able to deal a significant amount of damage here. Grass Knot for 240 damage. So it has 30 HP. We could actually knocked it out if I had just left the quick shooting Inteleon, but it's too late now. But that's okay. That's okay. They're gonna be able to knock out our Leafeon VMAX here, so they get 3 prizes. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay because later on, if they don't heal up this Leafeon VMAX, we can use quick shooting to knock it out. Okay, they're gonna fight back with their own quick shooting Inteleon, but that's okay. We have Pokemon Center Lady to just kind of heal back our Pokemon if we need to. Yeah, so in my next turn... Oh, they're gonna Marnie, okay. It's gonna shuffle all of our cards back to the deck. Okay, we have our own copy of Marnie, which we could use. We also have Eldegoss, and we have Evolution Incense, which is great because we can still use our Shady Dealings. Hey, they're not getting anything here. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, they discarded the Capture Energy. Crobat. I don't know what they're doing. They're gonna use Quick Ball. So I mean, our opponent has one objective. It's to just get an energy here and knock out our Leafeon VMAX. What? They're gonna pass? What's this? They couldn't find a Leaf Energy. Okay, all right. Well, that's all right with me then. We get a free pass there, guys. I'm finally gonna get my Snow Leaf badge here, and that's gonna protect our Leafeon VMAX actually. Let me use Drizzile once again, and we have access to Pokemon Center Lady, and that's what I'm gonna do is just heal up my Leafeon VMAX, and that's gonna get it out of range. Even if they use Max Leaf, they won't be able to deal enough damage to knock out our Leafeon VMAX, even with their benched Leafeon VMAX. So with this Inteleon, I'm just going to use Quick Shooting, and I'm just probably gonna do some chip damage on the one in the bench because we're gonna be able to knock out this one in the active. So let's use Grass Knot for 240 damage, getting us our first 3 prizes of the game. And yeah, that was a great turn for us. Being able to survive like that because our opponent couldn't find that energy. So we get a boss, and we have more energies to start setting up our Leafeon. And they have 2 Leafeon Vs and 2 Leafeon VMAX in the discard pile already. So I don't know how many, if they can set up another one. And I just put an energy here. See, the thing is that our opponent's Grass Knot doesn't do anything because our Snow Leaf badge puts our retreat cost to 0. So I don't know if they realize that. They don't do any damage. And they're not gonna be able to knock out our Leafeon VMAX. So I'm just gonna... see, I'm just gonna attack with Grass Knot here and do 240 damage. Even if they retreat this Leafeon VMAX, we have boss, and we are in control here. I don't know if they realize that. Okay, they have their own copy of boss, so they're gonna boss our other Leafeon VMAX. That's fine. 240, okay, not enough to knock it out, unfortunately. And that's gonna be game. So all we have to do is attach this. We can attack with the one in the active, and then just get our last 3 prizes against this mirror match. We have the better Leafeon VMAX, and thanks to that free pass earlier. Oh man, alright, good game, good game. Leafeon VMAX is such a strong Pokemon. As long as you can increase your opponent's retreat cost, Leafeon VMAX can pretty much knock out a lot of Pokemon Vs, especially with its easy setup using Leafeon V's ability Greening Cells, which can accelerate energy early on in the game. Paired with Drizzile and Inteleon's Shady Dealing's ability, you can easily find those boss's orders so that you can deal those key knockouts against your opponent's Pokemon early on in the game so that you can prevent them from even setting up. Overall, I really like the design of Leafeon V and the Leafeon VMAX card because it's so powerful and it's so easy to use. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this build and the gameplay. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Night channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.